Kansas leaders are authentic. There's not room to hide in a small town, good, bad, or otherwise. You're just raised with the sense that we're all going to be on top of each other for a long time. And so you've got to be authentic.
They are incredibly innovative. They're always thinking about how their decisions will impact their futures, how it will impact those around them and their communities, their friends, their loved ones, and they're always thinking about the future.
We deal with a diverse portfolio of problems every single day throughout the state. And I see through and through in every single community that we have reached throughout the KARL program, how passionate every single leader in every single rural or urban community is about what they are doing in their world.
We've had to put up with wildfires, drought, a lot of adversity to get to where we're at. You run into people like, oh, you're from Kansas, man, you guys got some grit to you. You can kind of really get through about anything, and I think that's a unique aspect of a Kansan, especially when it comes to a leader in Kansas.
In KARL, as leaders, we talk about what is our why? What's our purpose? What are we trying to achieve? And for me, I've really built my career based in my foundation, my roots in rural Kansas, but working in agriculture all around the world.
One area that coming into the KARL program that I knew I wanted to further develop was making sure I had a clear picture of what rural Kansas looked like across our entire state. For instance, Southeast Kansas is much different than Northwest Kansas, and wanted to make sure as I worked on rural issues in Kansas, I knew what rural really looked like clear across our entire state.
One of the areas that I actually was most passionate about in applying for KARL is agriculture. My husband is a producer, but I work in the arts industry, and so it's not something I knew a lot about, and it's been incredibly enriching to learn about his industry and also the industry that informs my community and where I live.
I think each one of us get into our own little worlds where we work in every day, the people, we see the same people every day, do the same things every day, and I think my world continued to get a little bit smaller and smaller over time. And so it was nice to be able to get out to all four corners of the state and beyond, to meet new people, learn new things, and have new experiences.
I decided to join the KARL program because I was looking for a cheat code, if you will, on how to become a better leader. However, through my experiences with KARL, I came to learn that there is no magic cheat code. There is no secret to becoming a leader, but those leadership qualities are already within us. And so I was really looking forward to meeting individuals from all across the state, getting to know them, their backgrounds, and what really makes them tick, what they're passionate about. And I think that is what makes Kansas agriculture so unique.
There's a large portion of people who really want to see progress and innovation and movement towards the future. And so I think we just need people that are willing to step into those leadership roles and be those leaders, no matter how big or small those roles may be, what they entail, how intricate they are. Just somebody to be there in the room, willing to ask questions and kind of start that movement towards a progression of the future.
To me, what makes a good leader is somebody that has follow through, that puts the actions behind what they say they're going to do and produces those results. They may not take the glory for it, but they have the action to give the momentum to whatever the effort is.
I think strong leadership exemplifies a willingness to get in and do the work, but also an ability to see that longer term vision of where we're going in that work. And so I think it's that ability to see the other side of the bridge and also build it.
You know, I think leaders need to step forward today who decide that it's not all about me. I don't do this because it's about me. Let's make it about us as a community, make it about us as a state, and maybe the industries that we serve.
One of the things I have loved about KARL is the opportunity to go around the state and see examples of that leadership, that innovation, the work they're doing to make their communities and the industry the best they can be, so that others want to come behind them and continue that work or work alongside them in supporting industries.
As far as things I'll take from KARL and carry into the future, 100% the relationships, all of the ties, not only with class associates that I've spent 2 years with, but also people we've met along the road. And I also think some of the experiences that were unique, visiting a packing plant, visiting the Capitol in Topeka with a former lobbyist who's one of our classmates, those kinds of things were really impactful and I'll take with me in the future.
One of the biggest misconceptions I see out there with rural Kansas is a lot of people think that it's all just wind and sun, not a lot going on, but through KARL you get around, see the experiences, and there's a lot of diversity, a lot of great things happening out there.
The things I love most about rural Kansas is our people, our adaptability, and our ingenuity. That has been shown time and time again all across the state of Kansas through every single KARL seminar we've been through. We've just seen resilience in every single community that we've been through, and that's been really amazing to witness.
The legacy that I hope to leave through my work in leadership is ultimately that there is a place for everyone in agriculture. I think just making sure that in agriculture we have open arms to anybody who wants to be a part of the industry and the culture is one of the greatest legacies that I could carry forward.
Through the tours we've taken, the amount of knowledge we have out there, the thing that would impact us the most, the only real risk I see out there is if we lose our young people. We've got to get the message to them that Kansas is a great place to be, tons of opportunity out there, and wonderful place to settle down.
Father of 3 young girls, I want to develop a state and a community that they can be proud to be a part of. And it is one that if they choose to come back home to, there's not only opportunity for them, but maybe their kids in the future, opportunity for them to lead the lives that they want to lead in a way they want to lead them. I think KARL and the state of Kansas is here because people came before me that had a vision and an idea of something bigger than themselves. And so it's me standing on someone else's shoulders to continue to develop that today.
There's a great awakening that needs to happen in Kansas. I think it's a sleeping giant. You know, just realize that potential is there. We can really pull something out of the beauty of Kansas that's sitting there.
Growing up in a small town, you have an appreciation for the fact that somebody has to pick up the ball. And I think KARL does a really good job of highlighting the fact that not only does somebody need to pick up the ball, but rest assured there are people to pick up the ball, and you're going to meet them and you're going to get to spend time with them. And I think that's the connective power, is that now once you've found those people and you have that confidence that we can go anywhere in the state of Kansas and find a partner, you really can multiply the value and not just be a change agent, but amplify change.